first day of March. Here is the sun rising. And as if this incredible sunrise isn't enough, I found out that today, March the 1st, is Peanut Butter Lovers Day. I've brought peanut butter breakfast smoothie. So cheers. It's March the 2nd on a freezing cold morning on Milton Common with an amazing sunrise.
Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. Wait for better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn.
It's the 3rd of March and it is so beautiful. It's almost too much to take in, with the sun and the sky and the gentle waves.
We are dreamers of the shore.
It's March the 4th, another cold morning. I'm so looking forward to warmer days. Never get in between a swan and it's heading for the breakfast bar. Possibly a bit murky in there today. And here is the sunrise. It's the 5th of March and we're at Portchester Castle. Here's the sunrise. Mainly crows and seagulls greeting it with me. There's one other person here, a fisherman. I think the other dog walkers are still in bed. It's March the 6th and I'm at Ferry Road Beach and there's a lot of clouds, but there's a beautiful little strips and mottled bits of pink amongst the grey. Lots of birds singing. You can see that little strip of pink on the horizon deepening where the sun's rising. The sun's rising too early now for me to be able to get the ferry. But in the winter, if you're still watching, we'll get the ferry across to Hayling Island and see if we can get the sunrise actually on the ferry. It's so peaceful this morning and we can just see the sun's risen now and the gold's coming through the cracks in the grey. It's a really rainy day here on the 7th of March. The blossom is the brightest thing here today. The gorse is gold at sunrise on Milton Common, even on the greyest day. As you can see, there's not many birds out here today, which is further confirming my theory that wading birds don't really like the rain. They like the sun, like we do. I might have to join the Cloud Appreciation Society. I'm becoming a real cloud appreciator. Happy International Women's Day, March the 8th. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we are dawning. This is my rising sun of strength and solidarity and power and joy and celebration with women everywhere globally today on International Women's Day. It's the 9th of March. And it's very wet. It's impossible to keep my lens dry, I'm sorry. We're here at Milton Common and here's the sunrise. It's not too cold, which is nice. I can cope with the rain when it's not cold. I'm really done with the cold. What do you think of the sunrise this morning, Pip? It's the 10th of March. It's been a bit windy walking up here. It's going to be a bit of a wild hair day. Didn't bring my hat. There's actually a little bit of pink in the sky. It's the time of sunrise right It's the time of sunrise right now. So that's the direction where the sun is rising. But if we move round further to the north, the pink line on the horizon gets even deeper. I always find that interesting. There is actually something quite nice about letting the wind just do what it likes with your hair. It can feel quite invigorating, quite refreshing, like you've definitely been out somewhere. A little morning makeover. Just let it do what it wants. It's windy and cold on the 11th of March. Clouds are quite dramatic today, and it's starting to rain. It's the 12th of March. It's going to be an exciting one, I think, because I'm meeting my friend Annette down here. Annette is on her way cycling here. She's pretty amazing. She cycles down here most days to go for a swim, all through the winter, all through the year. Here she is!
Hey, morning! Sunrise.
Yeah. So instead of going for a swim today,
Drum it up.
we're going to drum it up. It is now 6:26 and the sun is rising. Woo! It's the 14th of March and there's birds all the way along the waterline here at Milton Common. They know when it's going to be a good sunrise. It's definitely getting a bit harder now when my alarm goes off in the morning, having to set it for about 5:30 now so that I can get everything done. So yeah, I'm starting to feel it. Springtime. It's the 15th of March today. I just rushed out because I could see the sky was already starting to get amazing half an hour before the sunrise. So I've come to Farlington Marshes where the skies are alive with birds and their cries. A spectrum of oranges, pinks, purples. It's about 20 minutes before the sunrise. It's really still now. I missed capturing the frenzy of birds in the dawn because I was still walking up. Filming is all about being in the right place at the right time and I quite often miss it and get there just a moment too late, but I watched it with my eyes and it was a crazy sky full of birds and now it's so still and peaceful. When I first came here to look at the sunrise in January, the sun was rising at this point. So you can see how far it's moved round to where it's rising now. I am in awe this morning of nature again. I really want to be gazing at it, but I can't anymore because the gold is too bright now. So I'm trying to look just a little off centre so I can catch the gold in the corner of my eye. But it does actually make my eyes hurt. It's the 16th of March. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I had a really unsettling dream where all the people in my dream, apart from me, were not alive in real life. So I was the only one that is still living. Yeah, it gave me a really unsettled feeling when I woke up, 5:30. But I think one of the things about this practice, coming here to the sunrise every morning, is that it's a very grounding practice and a very cleansing one too. The fresh air of the morning just kind of makes you present. It blows all the other things in your mind temporarily away. It can do anyway if you consciously come to it and you come with observation and attention. I think it would be easy to get up, come out and still stay maybe muddled in your own thoughts, but I think if you consciously come, opening your senses, being present with the morning air, the rising sun, the crashing waves, then it's quite effective at just giving you one moment in your day to just be here, be in your life. It's such a misty, moist morning this morning, the 17th of March. Visibility is almost zero out there apart from the strip of light on the other side on Hayling Island. But Hayling Island itself is just a faint shadow, and that is where the sun is rising. It's quite a strange feeling to look out and see no features. It's almost like having your eyes closed, very restful. You can lose yourself in the fog. And it's almost dreamlike when it's this foggy and everything is soft. So this early in the morning, I kind of go from one dream to another. It's the 18th of March and I misjudged the weather. I haven't even brought a raincoat. I came back to the same place because I thought I was going to show a real difference. It's not a huge amount of difference to yesterday. A great deal more visibility. You can actually see the land and the building that the lights were on. I do apologise for my dishevelled looks in the mornings, by the way. I don't even look in the mirror before I come out. I literally get out of bed, get Pippa ready. She wants her breakfast before we come out. I wait for mine when I get back. Yeah, just come straight out. I don't even put a comb through my hair, so as you can tell. The morning doesn't need you to look at your finest. Sun doesn't care. The rain doesn't care. Morning freedom. Not that I particularly do that stuff later on either. It's the 19th of March. We got up at 5 o'clock this morning. This is Sarah, staying in Brighton, and we've come up to the Devil's Dyke. It's fairly cloudy, but there's a bit of gold in the sky and we're hoping to get a bit of a glimpse of a rising sun. My wonderful assistant has gone to remove a bit of plastic bag on the fence there, doing our little bit for litter picking up here. Well done, Sarah. This is the moment of sunrise, 6:06. A couple of other people up here too who are here for the sunrise. Really great viewpoint up here over the Sussex countryside. It's very cold up here, there's cold wind. Our hands are freezing. So we're getting a bit confused now about which bit of cloud it's going to peak up above. There it is, in quite a different place to where we were expecting it to rise.
I am on top of the world. I am on top of my life.
It's March the 20th and I'm back in Portsmouth. I've come to Milton Common because it's the spring equinox today, and this is the place locally where I can get to see some blossom trees and daffodils. The spring equinox is a time of balance of the light in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. We have the equal daylight to darkness ratio. The equinoxes, I found out, are the only two times in the year when the sun rises due east and sets due west all over the earth. From now on we'll really start to see the days getting longer and hopefully a bit warmer. It's the 21st of March. I was up at 5:15 today. The birds, the dawn chorus, has started getting really loud now. It actually woke me up through my window. So it's like a natural alarm clock. I think my brain is starting to get a bit trained with getting up earlier. I am quite foggy-brained and tired because I'm not quite getting to bed early enough. My eyes are watering every morning. I am starting to really appreciate the early morning. I think this might be turning me into an early morning person, possibly after this is finished. I won't be getting up for every sunrise. I'll certainly, I think, be trying to get up for more. Behind me, you can see where the sun will be rising. I think there's something that turns the birds on when there's colours in the sky, the pinks and the oranges. I can hear birds, but I can see one or two flying about, but not the huge flocks that turn out when there's going to be a spectacular sunrise. And there is sunrise on the 21st of March, 6:06. I'm going to head back now. It's a steady grey in the sky. I might even get back to my bed for an hour. 22nd of March. It's a wet one. It's the 23rd of March. When I opened my curtains, it was really light. It had that golden hour feel, and I thought the sun's rising. The dawn was a little bit more golden than the sunrise time, which is happening about 2 minutes here. And I pushed it this morning because I've been feeling really, really tired, so I didn't get out of my bed until 5:30 today, and it was a bit too much of a rush. Need to get up earlier. Here is the sunrise today. We can see the colour coming through. The sky just keeps on getting more beautiful now while we wait. We got golden hour after all. It's going to go in and out of the clouds. Didn't think I was going to see it at all when I got here, and there it was in all its splendour. It's the 24th of March. The forecast said it was going to be perfectly clear and an amazing view of the sunrise. That's the impression I got, so I got up at 5, got Pippa ready, and we got over to Langstone on Hayling Island, and it's very cloudy. There's even a bit of rain in the air. I don't know, maybe there'll be gold. All the houses along this little road have floodgates across the front doors. There's a big risk of flooding along here, being so close to the sea at the end of the road. There is sunrise. It's the iconic old windmill here at Langstone. See, the clouds are pink. They can feel it already. It's in their being. It's changed them. It is rising. What a perfect example of thinking it's just going to be cloudy and you're not going to see anything. And then you see a stunning sunrise like that. It's a good life lesson. You just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what an incredible thing is going to appear before you. Look at that sky. It's a cliche, but it is the best show. And that's from someone that works in a theatre. Sunrise is not ended yet. It's on the rise still, turning this whole path to such a beautiful scene. Who would want to be asleep right now, missing this? It's 5:30 and I've just come out on the 25th of March. The blackbird was singing in the tree and dawn chorus was so loud. It's really beautiful. Half an hour before the sunrise, really recommend getting out and listening. Even just outside your door, there's probably birds going crazy. It's actually a lot quieter here than in the city. Birds in my park, absolutely crazy at the moment at dawn. But out here, it seems like they're still sleeping. So we're about 5 minutes before sunrise now, and that's Gentle Hill opposite. You can see is the old landfill. And I'm just starting to wonder if now that the sun is moving further to the north, whether that is actually going to be blocking our view from here now. It's happening behind the old landfill right now. You can see that lightning bit of sky, and that is where the sun is rising. I got up extra early this morning to get here. Well, every day's a learning day, and I'm really getting some education about the movements of the sun and how quickly during the year it starts moving around, and my viewing spots are going to have to adapt with it. It's really, really difficult to know there's an amazing sunrise. I'm up in the morning ready for it. I'm getting a real FOMO. I want to just wait now and see it at least come above that hill, but I don't know how long that's going to be. It's coming at the very summit of the landfill. We are watching the sunrise and it's beautiful. Yeah, I'm happy now. Just wanted to show you these flowers literally growing out of the side of the castle. So I've woken up at 4:20. in the UK, but it's British summertime, so it's now 5:20 here, and sunrise is at 6:54 today apparently. I'm finding it really hard to trust. It already feels quite light and I can hear the birds singing, so I'm really nervous to go back to bed for another hour. So now my alarm's gone off at 6:20, British summertime, and it's raining. But we're going to head off to see the sunrise. Yeah, I'm back walking at the time the dog walkers come out, and I've actually got really quite liking the time in the early morning alone, but it's going to come back all too quickly. This has thrown me a bit. It hasn't thrown the sun. The sun knows exactly what it's doing. I'm having nightmares now. I'm starting to have nightmares that I wake up too late and I've missed the sunrise. Sometimes I'm having a nap later in the day and I suddenly oh my god, I've missed the sunrise. It's the 27th of March and I'm at Farlington Marshes waiting for Aram to arrive. He's going to join me this morning. There's a lovely band of pink on the horizon. We're about 10 minutes before the sunrise. The sky is just deepening in its colours. So Aram is taking me on a new route across Farlington Marshes, and I'm getting a bit nervous that we won't see it rising in time. He's taking me cross country here. He's taking me through a bog. Oh my god, we're not going to get across the water. We've got to run.
6:46, 6:55, something like this.
Beautiful. It's gorgeous.
This is the best spot I ever...
It's nice, it's a good spot. There we go, we've made it. And Aram has actually picked the best spot here to view it from.
That's nice.
So yeah, well done Aram.
What time is
Thanks.
it now?
It's 5 to 7, British summertime. It's the 28th of March. I love seeing the fox. It's a windy, rainy and grey sunrise and we're not going to hang around for long. Just a quick dance on the shore to help shake the sun up. It's the 29th of March and I'm at Milton Common and it's deep fog. It's where you look into the distance and it just is all fuzzy. Can't see any birds, but I can definitely hear them. There's something about it that is quite relaxing, just not being able to see anything very clearly. It's like you just surrender into looking out at just simple shades of colour. Kind of clears your mind a bit looking into the fog. Something comforting about just losing the distinctness, just softening into that lack of clarity sometimes. Simplicity here. It's like giving your mind a bit of a rest. Maybe it's the best kind of weather for meditation. It's the 30th of March, we're so near the end of the month and still going. It was a really late night at work last night, so this morning was very hard. I think one of the things I love about the early morning is that the first voices you hear of the day are the birds, not the human voices, not the human world. First meeting with the day is with nature, is with listening to the languages of other parts of nature, to your own. A gentler awakening than being flung into the mess of the human world. I'd rather the mess of the world out here for a while first. Seagull chasing crows. It's dawn in the village of Chalton. You can see the daffodils. You can tell the season has changed since that frosty, icy morning I was here before. I found a dawn friend. I literally just got out of bed. I barely slept because it was stormy and rainy and windy all night, and so the noise kept waking me up. It's nice, it's a southwest wind. I can cope with it when it's a southwest wind, as long as branches aren't flying at me. I dropped my phone in the mud, so I don't know whether you're going to be able to see anything through the muddy lens. I've tried to clean it a bit. But here I'm stood up on the hill of Chalton Down, looking over to the hills and the trees where we saw that incredible golden sunrise back in February. But today it's very different. No flocks of birds, no silver icy hills rising out of the mist. It's rain and cloud and strong wind, and not a single bird in sight. Haven't seen one, but here it is rising. The sun is rising now, and another day begins, the last day of March. I'm on a hill without a microphone, so this is not the way to do YouTube. I want to speak to you from out in the field at the moment of sunrise and not do a voiceover later. I want to be with you in the experience of the last day of March. We've made it through a whole quarter of the year, and that feels a bit of an achievement already. Okay, it was the easiest quarter. The next quarter is going to be the hardest. And I hope you stay with me, because that really helps with my motivation. So thank you so much for being here and watching.